Hello, good morning. I want to say happy Thanksgiving because we're actually celebrating today, even though Thanksgiving was yesterday. So for me, it feels like Thanksgiving. I have to put on some makeup and put some food in the oven and start cooking some stuff up. So I've only got about an hour before people show up. I have about an hour and a half. But anyway, so I wanted to quick read this before I put my contacts in to put my makeup on because, I can't see with those contacts in and I don't know where my readers are. So we'll just go with the bifocals for now. I think we're in John 6. I think we read Jesus feeds the 5,000 and Jesus walks in water, and now we're at Jesus the bread of life. We may have already read Jesus the bread of life. I don't know. I can't remember. So apologize if this is a repeat. And then let's do a devotional today too. All right. Oh, and my washer, I'm not sure. The washer was broke. The guy came, he fixed it, replaced 3 parts. I was hoping he would totally replace the entire washer. Instead, he just replaced the 3 parts. Supposedly, it was working again. First time I went to go do laundry, the washer was broken again. Same issue. I'm like, this is absurd. So I called the company back. I'm like, I think you guys just need to replace this washer. It should have been fixed the first time. It's still broken. And then they're like, we'll come out literally a week from now, next Thursday. I'm like, no. I'm like, this is an issue. It should have been fixed the first time. I have spent probably enough money on this repair plan, which includes replacement of the appliances, to get pretty much all new appliances in my entire house at this point. Is there any way you can expedite this? And then, so they send someone out today, which I was super grateful for. I was not expecting that. And the guy comes out today. Oh, and then before he came out, I had moved the heavy box that had the old motor in it from when the guy was out here the first time. And I just set it, literally just placed the heavy box onto the washing machine. Then it starts working again. I'm like, oh my God, should this, what do I do now? Is it fixed or is it broken? So then I call them back up. I'm like, well, I placed the box on the lid and now it's working. So maybe you should actually come out on Thursday and we can give it a few more tries to see if this is working or not. And they're like, no, we're going to come out today anyway, because he says, you don't want to have to put a heavy box on your washing machine to get it to work. I'm like, that is true. I was trying to be nice because I didn't want them mad at me that now it was working, And so then they came out, and the guy who showed up, he's been here before. I always think of this man, every time I see him, I'm like, this man is like an angel. He's so sweet. He's kind of like a grandpa, and he's really nice. I am very used to most men coming into my house and simultaneously trying to take advantage of the situation or overcharge me or hit on me, a combination of let me hit on you and overcharge you at the same time. It's a really sick, yucky dynamic with these men. And I'm used to it, it's almost like let me rape you physically and financially at the same time. And it just happens over and over and over. But this guy, the one who showed up today, every time I encounter him, I'm like, this man feels like an angel to me. He's so angelic and sweet and just pure and clean and lovely to deal with. So I love that guy. I'm glad they sent, he's clearly probably the older, more experienced one that they send out to deal with the hard problems. The guy I had last time was a baby. I was like, I can't even, he was a millennial. He had long hair and the black painted nails. And I'm like, this doesn't look like your typical home repair guy. He wasn't hitting on me. That was also a change, because I'm like, this little boy, this young kid with the black painted fingernails and the long hair is doing this repair work. It's not your normal masculine man that you see doing this type of work. I'm really off topic again. But anyway, so then that's who didn't, he replaced 3 parts, but apparently that didn't solve the problem. And so then they sent out the angelic guy today, and he fixed it. So, and both of these guys, when they're out there, tell me that that's a really good washer, even though it's like ancient. I don't want to keep hearing how it's a good washer. I would actually prefer just a new washer, but he said it too. He's like, yeah, it's a really good washer. At this point, it's fixed, so I can attempt to do laundry again. My daughter will be glad. I think she is burnt out too of like how often stuff breaks around here and how long. Oftentimes stays broken until we can either afford to fix it or it gets successfully repaired and stays repaired, you know? So my poor daughter was like, well, when are they coming out again? So she'll be glad to know that when by the time she comes home tonight, it's already fixed. Like that will be a blessing for her too. Let's move on. Devotional. Thank me frequently as you journey through today. This practice makes it possible to pray without ceasing. As the Apostle Paul taught, if you are serious about learning to pray continually, the best approach is to thank me in every situation. These thankful prayers provide a solid foundation on which you can build all of your other prayers. Moreover, a grateful attitude makes it easier for you to communicate with me. When your mind is occupied with thanking me, you have no time for worrying or complaining. If you practice thankfulness consistently, negative thought patterns will gradually grow weaker and weaker. Draw near to me with a grateful heart, and my presence will fill you with joy and peace. Amen. All right, John. Jesus, the bread of life. When they found him on the other side of the lake, they asked him, Rabbi, when did you get here? Because this is after he walked on the water. Jesus answered, very truly, I tell you, you are looking for me, not I think we already read this one, but we'll go anyway. Very truly, I tell you, you are looking for me, not because you saw the signs I performed, but because you ate the loaves and had your fill. Do not work for food that spoils, but for food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. For on him God the Father has placed his seal of approval. Then they asked him, what must we do to do the works God requires? Jesus answered, the work of God is this, to believe in the one he has sent. So they asked him, what sign then will you give that we may see it and believe you? What will you do? Our ancestors ate the manna in the wilderness, as it is written, he gave them the bread from heaven to eat. Jesus said to them, very truly, I tell you, it is not Moses who has given you the bread from heaven, but it is my Father who gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is the bread that comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. Sir, they said, always give us this bread. Then Jesus declared, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. But as I told you, you have seen me, and still you do not believe. All those the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never drive away. For I have come down from heaven not to do my will, but to do the will of him who sent me. And this is the will of him who sent me, that I shall lose none of all those he has given me, but raise them up at the last day. For my Father's will is that everyone who looks to the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life, and I will raise them up at the last day. I actually think we should stop there. I was going to keep going. There's another whole, like half of that, and then many disciples desert Jesus, and then it's 7. But I think that's a good ending, and I should go make my food, and then we can finish this later. Okay, have a good day. Bye.